Hi,
Hello.
David.
Hello, good day.
Good day. Thanks for your patience. My Dane Cook interview went over 5 minutes, so I appreciate your patience.
Don't worry. We were actually talking about you and how great is the impact that you are currently doing on the entrepreneurs and the people that are striving to be better, happier, and building people that you want to yep.
Over 1 billion. Don't limit me, darn.
All the way up to 8 billion.
Exactly.
Yeah, without limiting. Thank you for being here. Like, we're super excited to have you on our program, and thanks for making time for us as well. We're super excited.
Awesome.
David, let me just introduce you really quick to Imre. Imre and I, we studied together industrial engineering in our university back in Mexico City. And now he's working for a company called Niagara in San Diego or in California, if I'm not wrong.
I currently live in California. I've been working with my company now for 8 years, but
in San Diego?
No, it's in Orange County.
Oh, I live in Orange County.
Yes.
Well, I have a home in San Diego as well, so we're very close.
Oh, almost neighbors.
Yes.
SoCal at the end of the day.
Beautiful.
Yes, fantastic. Yeah, but we've been as Dario said, we've been friends since university, and since we moved abroad, we started having these conversations more ad hoc on, hey, how are you doing? How can we improve? Kind of like our own mentorship thing, and then we decided to start and said, like, hey, how can we start sharing this with the world, with other people? And we still haven't decided on our plus 1 billion people to help out, but hopefully a ton of especially Mexicans and Latins all around the world that take this opportunity to thrive abroad.
Beautiful. Well, I love being here, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, David. And we know you are always up to give a ton of value. So maybe we can start with some questions. So I think the first question is related to aspiring professionals. So what key advice would you think or would you give to Mexican entrepreneurs and professionals aiming for success in the US, Mexico, and beyond?
Well, one of them is to find someone in the US that sits in the situation you want to be in. The fastest way to get to where you want to be is find someone who is actually there and ask them for directions. And I think a lot of times people utilize their own impact, effort, their own passion and purpose without taking the easy road, because they think that somehow that the passion, purpose, and the effort that they put in will be diminished. No, it actually be more effective. You're not going to lose the passion, the purpose, and the effect and that effort just because it's less resistant. You'll just get farther. If I have a tailwind and you have a headwind and we both have the same passion, purpose, and effort, I will be so far ahead of you. And if I lived in Mexico and was trying to expand into the United States, I simply would find someone in the United States that sits in the situation that I want to be in to give me that tailwind to have the exponentiality of the outcome that exists. And I think too many people think it's not humble to ask for help. And I will tell you, the greatest form of radical humility is to ask for help and then ask how you can be of service or value as well.
True. And we were just talking about mentorship, by the way. So it's a great point.
Yeah, exactly. And the importance of having someone on your corner, right? Supporting you on every step of the way. And well, as long as you're willing to do the work as well, right? Well, you were talking about passion too. I think in my point of view, that's one of the strengths that Mexicans and Latins have to bring to the table. But in your experience, what are some unique strengths that you've encountered with Mexicans or other Latin Americans that bring to the professional and entrepreneurial landscape?
Well, I think one of the things is the commitment to be consistent. To me, that's what I look for in people with one other combined characteristic. A lot of people who have Latin descendancy, just like other cultures, have this extraordinary desire that they must be what they can be. But that goes to waste if you don't have a commitment to be consistent. It's not effectuated correctly. You see, if you have that desire, but you're not willing every day to work through that without quitting, no matter what pain you encounter, and pursue your potential, then all of that desire from our culture, our genetic and energetic inheritance, which is at an exceptional capability for Latin people especially, and other people as well, not specific just to Latin, but I say that there's certain people that they work for life, they don't work for luxury, even if they have luxury. I work for life. I have more luxury than I ever dreamed of in my life. But I know Dario knows that I work for life. I don't work for luxury. I work to provide more life for everyone around me and not luxury. And I want people to realize that as we look into cultures, the Latin culture has the two inherent characteristics of success: a desire that you must be what you can be, and that ethic of commitment to consistent, persistent pursuit of their own potential.
And a side question from that statement that you just shared with us, you just shared two characteristics for success. Now, the question that I'm really curious to hear about is, what kind of weaknesses do you see among Mexicans or Latinos? Because I think each culture has their own. And we were discussing previously if that would be a good idea to put them in front of, to confront reality, let's say, because at least has been the reality for me here in Germany. So I would love to.
I think two things. One, I believe it's really important to learn English. And although we have a lot of people who speak Spanish, that it's really important to learn English. And I see it as a weakness if you don't take the effort. Not that it's fair, not that it's equitable, not that it should be a necessity. I think it's a huge advantage for someone to be bilingual. And if and I've done the opposite, as I'm semi-literate in Spanish. I don't like to tell people that I know Spanish or that I know technology. So it gives me an advantage when they don't know that I know Spanish or technology. So you get to learn a lot about people. And then the second one that I think is a weakness is the pride of Latin people, because the pride is what stops them from the humility of asking for help. I can do it by myself. And I was guilty of it as well. And people ask me, Dave Meltzer, tell me what was one of the primary reasons that happened in your life that caused you to lose everything, over $100 million, and go bankrupt 17 years ago, which led me to where I am today. And what led me was the humility in allowing other people to help me, to give them the greatest value of life, which is to be of service or value to other people. You see, we talked about the fastest way to get to where you want to be is to find someone that's in the situation you want to be in. It's also to help other people get to where they want to be and ask them for help. And so by asking for help, not only do we accelerate where we want to be, but we provide the greatest value to another person, because what will create the most fulfillment in others is when they help you or other people. Nobody feels better than when they're capable of helping someone else. It's one of the greatest joys in life, and most people deny people of that value and joy.
And everybody has a lot of value, and they are not sharing it. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, something that stood when we were talking a bit about your profile was like, and that I loved, we were sharing how we share that passion is when you want to make sure that plus 1 billion people are happy. I said, wow, this is someone that cares about two things: value and giving back, right? Which for me, it's fantastic. And very relatable is, how can I be of service to others, right? And that's one of the ways that I've worked on. Hey, how do I overcome, as you said, that pride of I can do it myself, get help or help others? What are other tools that you find to overcome, this weaknesses we just discussed, to achieve a greater success both in business and life?
Well, there's 4 different ways that we collaborate or coordinate or interact with other people. One is in person, One is on the phone, text and voice. One is via email, and one is via media, traditional and social. And if we can make a habit every day of asking at least one person a day, would it help you if, or do you know anyone that could help me? Both are the questions that I utilize as a focal point of every conversation. My objective of a conversation with anyone in the world is to find out, would it help you if, or do you know anyone that could help me? Because I know that value can only be derived by providing people what they like or more of what they like, or taking away what they don't like or part of what they don't like. Only way that value can be derived. And so the formula that I've created is to find out, where are you today, and what do you like and what you don't like, so I can say, would it help you if, or do you know someone that could help me? And with this simple formula, the framework of value, in order to incorporate in person, on the phone, via email and social media, or media in general, you start to realize that when I was your age, most people only knew a few people that they could ask those questions of. Today, on average, every person that you ask has 1,000 people minimum in their network. And so if you just are disciplined and committed to asking one person in each of those realms every day, that would be 28 people a week, 4 times 7. It'll be 112 people a month, times 1,000 people in each of those people's community. You are now creating leverage in a community of 112,000 people a month. Now you can see aggregation of people, acceleration of cause, and exponentially outcomes that you can't even imagine.
I mean, it's if you were hoping to get some value, you have a bomb right there.
And the importance of asking the correct questions, right? It's never about the answer. It's about making the correct questions.
Exactly right. But you can't derive the right questions if you're not more interested than interesting. So many people want to speak to you. That's why they're posting content. They want to speak to you. What we really want to do is be more interested than interesting, listening for how we can be of service or value, or listening for how they can be of service or value. That's what builds the community of people that want to help each other and know people that can help each other. Because a community of people that help each other and know people that can help each other is a community of people that buy from each other and sell for each other for a lifetime. And nothing will make you more successful with your product, service, solution, or brand, with your ideas, theories, philosophies, or spirituality and energy, than a community of people that are buying from each other and selling for each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's about the community, right?
Absolutely. An engaged ambassadorship of a collaborative, coordinated movement that is defined as a community.
Yeah, awesome. Actually, right now, or at least my intention to bring you to the podcast and having you as our special guest, launching this project together, I was thinking about how amazing it is that we have the possibility to do it right now with current situation that we are living in, because that's how you are providing value and how we can also help you reach the billion people that you're looking plus, right? And better. So, one of the things that you talked a little bit before was about the pride, the Mexican pride, let's say, or the Latino pride. I think this pride personally has affected me, but how would you say we need to, what kind of shifts do we need to do in our mindset to overcome it in the best possible way?
Well, pride is a fear, and like any other fear, in order to dissipate the distance of resistance that exists from having that pride, that fear, is to understand the clues, the patterns, in order to effectuate better choices. Better choices are aligned with better behavior. Better behavior is defined as behavior that's aligned with where you want to be or better. Bad behavior is defined as that which stops or resists or is not aligned with where we want to be or better, or interferes with it. And so within that context, what we want to do is identify the patterns of how we react to fear. Here's some prideful reactions to fear: a need to be right, a need to be offended, a need to be separate, a need to be inferior, a need to be superior, a need to be angry, frustrated, guilty, resentful. All of these patterns are creating distances of resistance to where we want to be. But yet, if we, instead of resisting, instead of trying to go over it, under it, through it, around it, out logic it, out analyze it, deny it, lie to it, cheat it, whatever we're trying to do, if simply we just stop when our mind, our body, and soul are on fire with pride, and we breathe through our nose and out through our mouths, we drop to remember, to remind, to recollect with the unified, abundant, omniscient, all-powerful source, the God that we all believe in, however you define it, then we can roll in the right direction, the divine direction, in divine time, in the right trajectory into where we want to be or better, and stop wasting so much energy, accelerating in the wrong direction, resisting and creating more distance of resistance, utilizing our wisdom and faith to identify our reaction to fear, which is instant and obvious. I promise you, when you have a need to be right, or you're angry, upset, guilty, resentful, any of those feelings, you know it instantly. It doesn't matter if you agree that you're being prideful or not, but it's the identification, the clue, and the pattern that allows us to make the choice that is of good behavior, aligning us where we want to be or better, shortening the distance of resistance, being more productive, accessible, and gracious with the energy that we're given.
Again, I think you touch a fantastic point, especially when you're talking about this, the energy part, right? What are you deciding and the voting of how you'll invest your time? So thanks for sharing. At least for me, it was very enlightening to hear. You know, sometimes we tend to focus in one aspect, and it's like, is it really worth it? Maybe if I focused in this part of my life, things could change and be different, be better.
Beautiful.
And something that we wanted to ask, you know, going back a little bit to the strengths, this passion, this desire, this discipline. If you could share with us an experience or the best experience you've had working with Mexicans, and what made it so memorable in your experience.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been blessed. So working with the YPO, the Golden YPO in Mexico, Mexico City, Guadalajara, working with the Inc. Organization with Junior Achievement in Mexico, and also speaking on one of the biggest stages with Tom Bilyeu, myself, and Tom Brady as well. It's very difficult to say the best experience of my life. Chicharito, by the way, as well, is you know, mentoring him and doing so much with him, a legend in Mexico. But I will tell you that for me, all of those wonderful ego-based accolades and experiences pale in comparison to my experience with my family, going down to Rosarita and Ensenada and Cabo for a lifetime, growing up in San Diego, California, since I was 12 years old, and went to Punta Banda, driving a motorhome in a dirt road, and understanding building an orphanage with the Thrive organization as well there, right past Tijuana, and helping to empower children, which led me to my own charity as well, which I'm the chairman of, to create internationally villages and schools and medical facilities and organic farms and other things. So my greatest experience is that sharing the culture of people who are living and working to live in a great work ethic, a great kindness, a great pride, and to be able to integrate my own family into Mexico has been a blessing in my life, far greater than sharing a stage with Tom Brady, far greater than my junior achievements, which we've been nominated for a Nobel Prize even. It's really the culture that meant the most to me, and I feel a part of your country, of a great love and for respect for the people there.
Thank you very much, and I'm very moved and touched with the words you're sharing with us, and I bet a lot of people that will hear this as well. no more than blessings for you and being in this program with us, because that's what we're trying to achieve, to empower this shift in mindset in Mexicans just across everywhere where they're hearing us, and say like, hey, you can make it anywhere, right? Just add that value and bring your A game anywhere you go. And so thank you for sharing it, and I deeply appreciate your words.
You'll never overachieve your own self-image. So whatever we can do to improve all of our friends' self-image, our community's self-image, we're only escalating and elevating the achievements of all the collective consciousness. And I want to thank Dario for giving me the opportunity, introducing me to you and your show. I'm sure it's a first of many. All three of us are here to empower others, to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. Let's not limit ourselves. Let's surround ourselves with the right people, the right idea. Come and join us. I do want to offer your entire community my book for free. I'll sign it, send it to you, pay for shipping, and my book. Please email me, david@dmeltzer.com, david@dmeltzer.com. Thank you both.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you for the inspiration. And I will let your details from social media, all your channels, in the description. Thank you very much once again, and wish you a great day.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Come see me in OC.
Will do. I'm a 2-hour drive away.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Dario.